You know that feeling, right? When your best ideas feel like they're trapped behind this giant wall of what's safe or sensible or, sellable. Well, today we've got a story about finding a secret door in that wall and a whole new way to imagine what's possible.
It all kicks off with three little words. Three words that if you're any kind of creative person, you know them. They can make your soul just, itch. It's the sound of a really great idea being politely told to go sit in the corner.
So, let me introduce you to Penelope. She's a designer, and she has had it up to here with the tyranny of neutral. She is just so tired of the endless requests for Hamptons-inspired everything, when the number one goal isn't the person who actually lives there, but the real estate agent who might sell the place in 5 years.
You can just feel her creativity getting squeezed into these polite, beige boxes. Every single client meeting feels like she's fighting a battle to avoid making yet another perfectly nice but completely forgettable room. She is just screaming inside for some color, for some texture, for literally anything that suggests the people living there have a pulse. Then one night, after a particularly beige-heavy meeting, she's cutting through a laneway she's walked 1,000 times, and she sees something that just shouldn't be there. A door, painted this deep peacock feather green where a blank brick wall is supposed to be. And the little brass plate on it? Well, that's an invitation she just can't turn down.
She opens the door, and the world just shifts. The ordinary laneway is gone. In its place is this space that shouldn't exist, a long, incredible gallery of rooms just unfolding one after another, each one more stunning than the last. And get this, inside, the light doesn't just fall, it moves. There are these ribbons of light just drifting through the air like lazy comets, gliding over surfaces and showing them off. A rich velvet here, a veined stone there, a glowing piece of timber.
The wild part is the space actually responds to the light. As a beam of light skims past a wall, the wall itself cycles through different colors. A piece of fabric flips from matte to glossy. It's like a live 3D mood board that's constantly just playing with new ideas.
The whole place just feels alive with infinite possibility. It's not just a showroom, it's more like a rendering engine for reality, a space where every single what-if is already being visualized right in front of your eyes.
And then a voice cuts through the quiet. It's Kala, and she's the keeper of this studio. She explains that this place, which she calls the studio between, actually listens for creative friction. It gets a sort of ping every time a designer out there refuses to specify garage or sketches a bold idea and then shoves it in a drawer.
Kala is about to break down the studio's whole philosophy for Penelope, and it's a really simple but honestly powerful way to break out of that neutral zone and find ideas that are truly original.
Kala starts with a scenario we've all heard before. The client is renovating a stone cottage. They use all the safe words: airy, light, timeless. But we know the secret code, don't we? What they really mean is, please don't do anything that might hurt the resale value.
So on the left, you see the real version. It's exactly what the client asked for. Tasteful, safe, totally Pinterest approved. Then, Kalila shows the brave version. The sofa's now this rich tobacco leather, the walls are a smoky plum, and there's this incredible, bold rug. It's still a room you could build tomorrow. It just has a personality.
And then Cauldre reveals a third version, the impossible.
Here, the back wall just dissolves into curved glass. The garden is filled with glowing, bioluminescent plants, and oh yeah, there's a fireplace just floating in the middle of the room with violet flames. Nobody is building this, but that's not the point.
See, here's the genius of it. The point of the floating fireplace isn't to build it. The point is to completely shift the client's frame of reference. When you show them something that out there, suddenly the brave option with the cool rug and the plum walls, it doesn't seem so scary anymore. It just seems reasonable.
Now, this isn't just some abstract philosophy. Kala actually gives Penelope a tool she can use to put this all into practice, a way to access this whole spectrum of ideas back in the real world. She calls it the lens. It's this small device. It kind of looks like a cross between an old camera lens and a beautiful hand-blown glass paperweight. But what it does is pretty extraordinary.
Kala calls it a translator for your imagination. Penelope can just describe any space, any idea, any story, and the lens will instantly show her the three versions: the real, the brave, and the impossible. It's like having the ultimate creative partner.
And really, this workflow is a perfect mirror for how we can use some of the new creative AI tools today. You start with the brief, that's your story.
Then you use the tool to generate the visuals, those are your frames, and then you get to explore that whole spectrum from what's totally doable to what's completely wild.
So, armed with this totally new perspective and this powerful new tool, Penelope heads back to her studio. But now the mission isn't just to design rooms, it's to rewrite what normal even looks like. And she gets right to work. I mean, just look at this new brief. It's not about being timeless anymore. It's about a feeling, a story, a mashup of two incredible ideas. The whole process is already braver, right from the very first step.
This really is the fundamental shift, isn't it? It's moving away from what Kala calls invisible living, this obsession with beige, and moving toward making choices that feel alive. I love Kala's theory that the world is full of closeted maximalists, people who are just waiting for someone to give them permission to be brave.
So this brings the question to you, and this doesn't have to be about interior design at all. Think about your work or your life. What's the safe, real version? What's the brave one look like? And what's your wildly impossible version? So here's the takeaway. Finding your own creative courage really starts with this. First, stop editing your ideas so early. Just let them breathe. Then, actively ask yourself, what would the brave version of this look like? And don't be afraid to explore the impossible, even if it's just in your head. Let that crazy idea pull you just a few steps away from safe.
These are Kala's final words to Penelope. And they're our final thought for you. The best ideas, the ones that really have a pulse, are usually waiting for you just past the edge of your comfort zone. So, go find them.